Hi everyone, and welcome to the Capilano Group team. Now, whether you're working in the lodges in the beautiful Rocky Mountains or you're down here in one of our Vancouver properties, we look to create experiences that people are amazed by. Now, what you might not know is we're also focused on one very important thing while we're looking to create those experiences. And here it is. That's right, here at the Capilano Group, safety is our first priority. And in this video, you're going to learn the ins and outs on how you can help to make your workplace a safe place to be. Not just for yourself or your fellow team members, but for our guests as well. Let's get into it. So first off, to help us ensure we maintain safety as a priority, we've established a Joint Occupational Health and Safety Committee, or JOHS. The committee members meet monthly and complete inspection reports throughout the properties. The committee then assesses safety concerns in each department and communicates the needs to the managers. If you're aware of any safety concerns in your department, please speak to a supervisor immediately. As in any workplace and as a team member at Capilano, you have your rights. First off, you have the right to refuse unsafe work. However, you must report any unsafe work environments or hazards, and you will not be disciplined for reporting those unsafe conditions. Secondly, you have the right to first aid treatment, but you must report all work-safe injuries. And lastly, you have the right to training. And please do not use any equipment you have not been trained on properly. All departments at Capilano are compliant with WHMIS, or Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. Any chemicals in your department will be labeled with their contents, dangers, and basic first aid instructions. Also in your workplace area, there will be MSDS, or Material Safety Data Sheets. All MSDS folders will have a comprehensive list of the chemicals used in the park, so be sure to familiarize yourself with the folder nearest your workstation. In many departments, you may be asked to use a ladder in the course of your day. No matter what type of ladder you're using, you must first ensure that the ground you're working on is secure and level. Before you climb a ladder, make sure that the base and the top are secure. If you're using a step ladder, be sure to check that the ladder is open securely. When you're using a larger ladder, be sure to ask for help in moving and setup. Wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, is one of the most effective ways of avoiding injuries in the workplace. Capilano Group will provide, at no cost to team members, all items of personal protective equipment required by WorkSafe. Every team member is responsible for bringing appropriate clothing for protection against the natural elements, and that includes appropriate footwear. You will also be told what types of PPE are needed for each department and specific tasks at your departmental training. One of the most effective ways to avoid getting sick at work is through proper hand washing. Next to most sinks are the instructions on how to properly and thoroughly wash your hands at work. By following these instructions, you can keep yourself and your fellow team members healthy. Capilano Group is part of the Food Safe program. Please respect the cleanliness of our food areas by only going into food prep areas if your job requires it. Members of the Food and Beverage Department will be trained in Food Safe as a department. Cheers! If you're alone in your department at night, be sure to check in with other departments or supervisors on a regular basis. If you find yourself in a situation where you'll be carrying cash alone, please radio or call a colleague to walk with you. Capilano Group does not condone any type of workplace bullying or harassment. We believe that everyone has the right to a work environment free from bullying and harassment. All incidents, including sexual harassment, should be reported immediately to your supervisor or manager. You will be asked to provide a written account of the incident, so please be sure to write down what happened right away. All reported incidents will be investigated promptly and diligently by the Human Resources Manager to find a fair and timely resolution to the matter. Sometimes injuries occur at the workplace. If you or another team member gets hurt at work, please seek out first aid. At all our properties, we do have trained first aid team members. If you're on the scene when a team member from your department gets injured, please stay with them until first aid has arrived. While a team member from your department is being treated by a trained first aider, please ensure a seamless experience for our guests. If your department requires additional staff to make up for a missing team member, please get in touch with a supervisor. If you are the one injured,
please be aware that you will be required to remain to complete the first aid record once you have been treated. Some common injuries in our workplace may be minor burns, lacerations, and muscle strains. While at work, you may be approached by a guest who requires first aid assistance, or you may see someone who needs first aid. Gather information about the nature and extent of the injury or illness and call for first aid. Please remain with the guest while you wait for the attendant to arrive. Once they have arrived, they will take charge of the incident. If someone is being treated for first aid in your area and the attendant does not require your help, then please focus on minimizing the disturbance to other guests and continuing to provide amazing service. Some common incidents we see with our guests include minor abrasions, muscle strains, and insect stings. At Capilano, we believe that it is all our responsibility to ensure the continued safety of our guests. Keep your ears and eyes open for things that may be safety hazards. If you see a hazard in your department which you are unable to correct, please bring it to the attention of your supervisor. With the large number of guests visiting our properties every day, we will occasionally have a parent ask for our assistance in locating their child, or a child asking for assistance locating their parents. If a guest tells you that they have lost their child, please ask for a detailed description of the child, including clothing and where they were last seen, and make an announcement on the radio, phone, or through your regular communication channel. On occasions, you may be approached by a child who has lost track of their parent. If this happens, then keep the child calm, ask for a description of the parents, and make an announcement on the radio, phone, or your regular communication channels. Then stay with the child until the parents have been located. Please be aware that harassing behavior will not be tolerated on the part of Capilano Group employees. This can include yelling, swearing, or threatening body language. If you encounter an irate or angry guest, please call a supervisor or manager to deal with the situation immediately. Due to the location of our properties, we will occasionally have wild animals enter onto or near our property. In this eventuality, please remain calm and let a supervisor or manager know, and they will provide you with further instructions. If it's a larger animal in the area, be sure to keep guests at a safe distance. On rare occasions, your property may be closed due to high winds or extreme weather. During these incidents, please pay attention to communication channels, as there will be announcements made whenever your property is closed. After periods of high wind or extreme weather, such as heavy snowfall, some areas of your property may be kept closed until they have been inspected and declared safe. In the event that you discover a fire, please immediately let a supervisor or manager know. You may, at your discretion, attempt to control the fire. There are fire extinguishers located all throughout your workplace with which you may attempt to control the fire using the pass technique. Simply pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and sweep along the base of the fire. Piece of cake. In the event of a critical incident like a fire, earthquake, or major first aid event, be sure to follow the instructions of the manager on duty, who will take the role of incident commander until the situation is resolved. During the incident, please listen to instructions on your regular channel of communication. If you're using the phone or a radio, keep your channels clear during the critical incident.
Well, there you have it. This concludes the safety training portion of today. Thanks for watching, have fun out there, and remember, safety is our first priority. Bye.